presence of women in the U.S. military developed from areas predominantly in nursing, clerical, communications, and other essential support roles outside the home to full combat and leadership positions. In early U.S. wars, the only way for a female to participate in physically fighting was to disguise themselves as a man. The earliest documented proof of a political move towards recognizing a woman's right to serve in the United States military was from a letter written by sharpshooter and star in the Buffalo Bill show, Annie Oakley, to President William McKinley in 1898. She offered the government the services of 50 lady sharpshooters should war break out with Spain. The Spanish-American War did occur, but Oakley's offer was not accepted. On March 19, 1917, the Navy Department authorized enrollment of women with ratings of yeoman, radio electrician, and other essential ratings, becoming the first branch of the U.S. Armed Forces to allow enlistment by women in a non-nursing capacity. During the First World War, the United States relied on organizations to support the war efforts. Women joined organizations such as the Committee on Public Information in order to educate people about the war. The Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, the women's branch of the United States Army, was established in 1942 and converted to full status as the WAC on July 1, 1943. There were 350,000 American women who served during World War II. They gained over 1,500 medals, citations, and commendations. Women became officially recognized as a permanent part of the armed forces with the passing of the Women's Armed Services Integration Act of 1948. This allowed women to serve in the armed forces in fully integrated units during peacetime, with only the WAC remaining a separate female unit. U.S. servicewomen who had joined the reserves following World War II were involuntarily recalled to active duty during the Korean War. More than 500 Army nurses served in the combat zone, and many more were assigned to large hospitals in Japan. It is recorded that 600 women served in Vietnam as part of the Air Force, along with 500 members of the WAC, and over 6,000 medical personnel and support staff. In 1976, the United States Air Force Academy, Coast Guard Academy, Military Academy, and Naval Academy became co-educational. The WAC as a branch was disbanded in 1978. Women serving as WACs at that time converted to branches that corresponded to whichever military occupational specialty they worked in. The 1991 Persian Gulf War proved to be the pivotal time for the role of women in the United States Armed Forces. Over 40,000 women served in almost every role the armed forces had to offer. However, while many came under fire, they were not permitted to participate in deliberate ground engagements. Until 1993, only 67% of the positions in the Army were open to women. As of 2010, the majority of women in the U.S. Army served in administrative roles. The Ike Skelton National Defense Authorization Act of 2011 directed the Department of Defense to review the laws, policies, and regulations restricting the service of female service members. In January 2013, the U.S. ended the policy of no women in units that are tasked with direct combat. In December 2015, Defense Secretary Ash Carter stated that starting in 2016, all combat jobs would be open to women. Women are and have been an essential part of the initiatives of the U.S. military. UAW-Ford supports our veterans.